Now I must ask you a question. Why we don't read in the scripture where the Most High says, I will prolong your days in the land of your captivity? We don't read that anywhere. He didn't intend for our life to be prolonged in the lands of captivity. Curses was put on us. He intended for us to be worn down with curses. He will not and cannot barack us in these lands. Our people don't understand this. That our days may be prolonged in the land which you shall possess. This is what the Most High's word says. And we expect him to barack us in the land of our captivities. We expect him to prolong our days. And then when our people, as I mentioned, the kids dying young, when our kids dying young through violence, we say, what is wrong? We act as if we don't know scripture. See, righteous people will look at it that know scripture and say, that's supposed to happen. This is part of the curses. Police can shoot down our kids. They can shoot down our kids with no punishment whatsoever. They have no weapons. They can shoot them down and they're okay. It's fine. There's another police right now. She's on trial for mistakenly, this is her testimony, mistakenly going into someone else's apartment when she lives on another floor. How could you not know that's your apartment? And watch what happens in this case. She'll probably get off. If not, she will get off very, very lightly. If she's found guilty, she won't do any time. She's an officer. They look out for their own kind. Deuteronomy 8:6. Here we go. Taking our trip down memory lane, continuing on. Therefore, you shall keep the commandments. See, the Most High intended for us to keep the commandments of Yahuwah your Lord, to walk in his ways and to fear him. We must walk in his ways and we must fear him. Our people are not walking in his ways, and they definitely don't fear him. Because why? Their fear of him was taught by the precepts of man, and they didn't look at what he had to say about it. Deuteronomy 10:12. And now, Yasharal, what does Yahuwah require? So he's asking a question. What does the Most High require? What does he want from us? He woke us up. Now what? What is the requirement? To fear him. To walk in all his ways. He intended for us to walk in every way he commanded. It's all his ways. And to love him. When we walk in all his ways, this is the right way. Remember, there are two ways. One way is wrong. And the other way is right. One is right, one is wrong. One leads to life, one leads to death. Walk in all his ways, to love him, to serve Yahuwah, your Lord. But once again, our people are trying to serve him in the land of captivity. We cannot serve him in the land of our captivity. It's impossible. He put us there to serve our enemies. He said, there you will serve your enemies. See, this is why we have no business trying to keep Pesach. And people get upset when they hear me say this, because Pesach is to be kept in Jerusalem only. That's a command. That's walking in all his ways. What am I doing trying to slaughter a lamb and trying to keep Passover? What am I doing in my home when he told us not to do this in any of your dwellings? See, we're not walking in all his ways. And we were put there to serve Edom and not the Most High. He didn't put us in these lands to serve him there. It's impossible. We split up. Where's Louis? Where is Louis? Louis has been consecrated. Louis has been anointed with oil to accept the offering and to, no. So what are we doing? We're all over the place. And we're happy walking in our own ways. Because remember, the way most of our people walking in, they believe is right. There's a way that seems right in the man's eyes. It's in his own eyes. To serve Yahuwah, Lord, with all your heart and with all your soul. This is what we are to do. And he said, if we don't serve him with all our heart and all our soul, and we walk in our own ways, he said, I will scatter you among gooey. And you will serve your enemies. And this is where we at today. In the land of your captivity. No longer are we serving him. He never commanded us to serve him in the land of captivity. Deuteronomy 11:22. For if you carefully, see, we have to carefully read every verse. We have to carefully keep all his commandments. Carefully. If we don't understand them, we can't keep them. We have to keep all his commandments, which he commanded us to do, to love him. To walk in all, here we go again. To walk in all his ways and hold fast to him. We're holding fast to our pastors. We're holding fast to our camps. We're holding fast to tradition. We hold fast to religion. We hold fast to another man's word. And it's contrary to the Most High's word. But we're in the truth. You can't tell our people nothing. We are in the truth. We're walking in the ways of the Most High. Happy in the land of captivity. Our people should be mourning in the land of captivity. Knowing that the curses are still upon us. Knowing the enemy is slaughtering us. Overkill. It's an overkill. Killed more than he should have. He's not going to stop. Deuteronomy 19:9. And if you keep all these commandments and do them, he intended. He said it over and over. I brought up a point in the last message, how this part of the Most High's word is completely missing from the new, except for when Yahusha mentions it and a couple of the others. Ambassadors mention it. But other than that, it's missing. You get, because you know it's full of Shaul's letters. And so it's missing in Shaul's letters. And I told you, he did not intend for you to keep all his commandments and do them. That wasn't his intent. Is that too hard for him to say in all those letters? Was that too hard for him to say to the people? He couldn't say it. Remember, he called himself, and I'm going to use the Roman Catholic word, he called himself the apostle to gooey. This is what he called himself. So, why are the camps listening to him? Something to think about. Why are we listening to him when he says are you gooey? And for the gooey that follows him, he's leading them astray. Which I command you today, to love Yahuwah, your Lord, and walk in his way. We're reading the same thing. In different verses, we're reading the same thing. To walk always in his ways. We ought to walk always in his ways. He says, then you shall add 3 more cities for yourself besides these 3. He's talking about expanding their borders, enlarging them. Now, I have to do this. And I hate continuing to beat this drum, but I must bring this out. There was one that said, I never seen anyone compare Shaul's letters with Torah like that. This is one of the comments I got on the last video. And this is something that we need to acknowledge. We have to acknowledge this because we're reading 2 ways. Which way did Shaul give us? Which way? Was it the Most High's way? Walking in all his commandments, keeping all, performing and doing all the commandments, statutes, judgments? Is that the way? Let's see. Romans 10:8 through 10. And this is Shaul's words. But what does it say? What does what say? He's asking a question. What does it say? And then he quote what he's talking about. What does it say? It is Torah. Because he go on to quote Torah. The word is near you. See, the ones that's deep rooted in Torah, we're like, whoa, we know this. This is the word of the Most High. The word is near you, in your mouth. This is the Most High's word. And in your heart. Look in parentheses. That is the word of faith, the word of belief, which we preach. Whoa. See, we got to say, whoa. He's not talking about the word that the Most High talking about. Don't believe me? Let me prove it. Deuteronomy 30, 11 through 16. This is the commandment which I command you today. It's not too mysterious for you, nor is it far off. It is not in heaven, that you should say, who will ascend into heaven for us and bring it to us, that we may hear it and do it. See, that we may hear it and do it. Nor is it beyond the sea, that you should say, who will go over the sea for us and bring it to us, that we may hear it and do it. Somebody understand. They need to hear it and do it. Get that. Here is the point. Hear it and do it. But the word is very near you. What word? Here we go. Was it the word that Shaul proclaimed? But the word, this is coming from the Most High. But the word is very near you. You better know this word. In your mouth and in your heart, that you may do it. Uh-oh, Shaul didn't say that. He said that is the word that we proclaim. In your mouth and in your heart, that is the word of belief which we preach. See, he didn't say, he stopped here, that you may do it. No, he can't tell you that. See, I have set before, here's the word. See, I have set before you today, life and good. Here's the one way, death and evil, two ways. Did Shaul give us the two ways? No. Is this the word that Shaul proclaimed? No. What word Shaul proclaimed? Shaul proclaimed the word which we preach. Whoa. How can we take something of the Most High's word and put our words in it? This is straight madness. This is wickedness. You are seeing wickedness to the core. And our people going to hear this message. They're going to click on this video and hear this message and come in the comment section and take up for Shaul. Never fails. And then I don't want to hear that. You taking up for the wicked. We're going to find out. So I said before you today, life and good, death and evil. Here are the two ways. This message is about the two ways. The Most High wants you to see the two ways. Did Shaul give us the two ways? He gave us one way, the word which he proclaimed. In that I command you today to love Yahuwah, your Elohim, to walk in his ways. Here we go again. I didn't give you this one. Here we go again. To walk in his ways and to keep his commandments, his statutes, his judgments, that you may live and multiply. Here we go again. That you may live and multiply, and Yahuwah your Lord will barak you in the land which you go to possess. We're right back to square one. We're right back. See, when we do the Most High's word is contrary to the words of Shaul. The words of Shaul is the word that we preach. All right. Let me settle down. What is the word that Shaul preach? What is the word that Shaul and his ministers preach? They are his ministers. That if you confess with your mouth that the Master Yahushua and believe in your heart that the Almighty has raised him from the dead, you will be saved. That's not what we read. Somebody's taking something out of context. Somebody just changed something. Somebody forgot about keeping the commandments, the law, statutes, love the Most High with all your heart and all your soul, and do it. So somebody forgot all of that. Oh, but I don't supposed to pick that up. I'm supposed to be docile, and I can't understand this. For with one heart, for the heart, one believes unto righteousness. So with your heart, you believe unto righteousness.